what it means to be an American. America is freedom, and freedom is special and rare.
We, the people of this great nation.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We, the people of this great nation.
Good morning, my fellow Americans. So, today's topic of the day is unification. The Democrats are now preaching to us and telling us that they want us to unify. They want us to stand together as Americans and unite. This is my message to them. Fuck you. And the reason I say that is because for the last 4 years, they have been criticizing us, calling us
racist,
calling us every name in the book, deplorables. They call us dumb. They call us uneducated. They think they're better than us. And now suddenly they want us to unify. The reason they want us to unify is because they know they're on the verge in 2022 on losing the House. And they just realized in this election that most Americans do not think like the mainstream media or do not think like them. Furthermore, I actually think this whole election was a fraud, as you guys have probably heard in my prior podcasts. I still think this is a sham. I think Donald Trump has a case. I'm glad the DOJ is taking it, and they're going to look into it. I strongly believe that this entire election has been a giant sham on the American people. We all know Republicans show to vote. We show up to vote. We stand the lines. We don't care about waiting 3 hours in the hot sun. We vote for our candidate. Now, they're shocked because 71 million people voted for Donald Trump. You know why? Because Donald Trump puts America first. He is a president that is transparent, where people see him on Twitter criticizing and saying what he's doing. They laugh at it and they say no president should act that way. But Americans actually like that because they like to be in the loop. They like to know what's going on in America. They like to know what the president is planning on doing or what the president feels about a certain specific subject. And this is what they don't grasp. They do not understand us because they are not like us. We are patriots. They are not. They believe in this utopia that does not exist. We are in the real world. We believe in real things. We believe in putting food in our kids' plates. We don't want handouts. We don't want freebies. We want opportunity to make money in order to maintain our families. But the mainstream media thinks that running their propaganda and continuously attacking a president is going to change our mind. They think Americans are stupid. They think we are dumb. They think that if they continuously attack a president and they continuously criticize and blame him for everything that's going on in this country, that we're going to believe them. And they obviously were dead wrong. They lost five houses in Congress. They lost 5 seats in Congress, and we're probably going to keep control of the Senate. And furthermore, I still think we're going to win the election. I still haven't lost hope. You guys heard my previous conversation with an insider that knows exactly the legalities of what's going on. This is BS. Will I ever accept this election? No. Even if the president loses, once they do a full recount, I will still feel that they rigged the election. One, because everything was very strange. This was unlike any election in our time. This unsolicited ballot mailing in masses has never been done before. It was a calling for fraud. And I think they prepared for it very well. And I think it's going to be hard for us to prove it. I'm going to be honest. Will I look at Joe Biden like our president? Yes, because I am a patriot. And that's what's different between the Republicans and the Democrats. We love America. We love this country. And as much as I despise Joe Biden, because I know everything about him, I've researched the man, and it's 47 years of absolutely nothing but racism and no accomplishments. I want him to do his best job because I want America to be better. I want America to be a better place for my kids. I think about every single time that every time I vote, at least now, every time I vote based on what's best for my family, myself, and my country. And I always knew Joe Biden wasn't the answer. And we're already seeing it. I mean, we see it in the division amongst the Democratic Party. They're already fighting back and forth on who's getting progressive positions. This is a joke. I mean, this is a complete and utter joke. This is going to be a disaster in the making. He still doesn't even take questions from the media. This is fucking ridiculous. It's almost as if they planted him. They told him, listen, Joe, you're going to get the presidency. You just got to keep quiet. Don't fuck up. And let us continue to commit our fraud. And let us continue to do whatever we have to do to get Donald Trump out of the White House. These people are literally celebrating their own demise. This is ridiculous. And they'll see it. History will look back at this day. If Donald Trump is not reelected, history will look back, and all these idiots that voted for Joe Biden, and I call them idiots because it's our turn to criticize them. These idiots will soon regret the decision they made to pretty much elect an empty suit who's probably in the beginning stages of dementia. But nevertheless, they were stubborn. They pushed forward. They had an agenda. I wish the Republicans would have seen this. They did. They put out a memo. The Congress did. They foresaw what was going to happen. But and Donald Trump emphasized on this. He knew that this was going to be a fraudulent situation. And I just hope and I pray that somehow this turns out different. I hope it flips. But I am prepared for the worst, and I think everyone should be prepared for the worst. We should not be like the left and say, this is not my president. Deep down inside, we know the election was rigged. That will never change. Our minds will never change. That's what they don't understand. They don't know us. They think they know us. They think that they get on camera and they narrate these fake accusations. They narrate these fake stories, thinking that we are dumb enough to fall for it. We vote based on patriotism and special interest for our family. We are Americans. We are patriotic. The left can care less. We don't burn flags. We raise them up. We're completely the opposite. It's like comparing apples and oranges. We love this country. They hate this country. We think this country is great. They think this country needs a complete change, which is exactly what the founding fathers were hoping would never happen and why they put the judiciary system in play. They believe in packing the Supreme Court for eternal power. They believe in making certain states, certain parts or regions, I guess, Washington, D.C. being one, and Puerto Rico. They believe in making them states in order to maintain control. They want to control us. Yet these anarchists that are out around in the streets burning and looting and doing all sorts of things in the streets don't realize how much their views are connected to Donald Trump's. Donald Trump wants less government control. He wants people to dictate their own futures. But they just don't understand it. They're too dumb to understand it. Either too dumb or too young, or they just haven't had enough experience in life to know what's good for the future of their life. They believe on these empty promises the politicians have been doing for decades. They think their college bills are just going to vanish, and it's not going to happen. They want free stuff. This is where it all comes down to. I've had arguments with my brother because I know that that's the reason he was a Bernie Sanders supporter. As soon as Bernie Sanders says we want to eliminate and make colleges free and retroactive, my brother was on board with Bernie. Nothing in this country is free. You're lucky that you have the opportunity that there's so many programs that allow people to go to college. Try going to college in China. Try to see if it's as easy as it is in the United States. People take this country for granted. They always have. It's easy to sit in the U.S. and live in a free country like this and criticize it all you want. Try doing that in Cuba. Try doing that in Venezuela. I promise you, everyone who voted for Biden will soon remember this moment in time where they single-handedly made the biggest mistake for this country. If President Trump does not get reelected, we have just lost the biggest fighter for America that America has ever seen in this lifetime. And it is sad to say that, because I have been on Trump's. Listen, 2016, when I voted for Trump, I was hesitant. I was worried. He was an outsider. I liked his views. I just wanted to see if he backed it up with action. He surpassed any of my expectations. This man was incredible. And we lost him. We lost him to a bunch of hateful people who have hate in their heart, who don't even know why they're voting. They're voting on hate. They're voting on emotion and not what's on their best interest. Not what is in their best interest. But it's okay. Our time will come again. If Trump doesn't get reelected, there's always 2024 for us to come in these mass crowds. And by then, COVID-19 will be long gone. As we know, a vaccine's already there. It'll be long gone, and then they will never get the numbers they got for Joe Biden, because they will never be able to make these numbers up anymore. Because I'm hoping that Congress will step up and the Senate, and they'll make some new rules to make sure this kind of voter fraud doesn't ever happen again. Because believe me, 74 million people did not come out to vote for Joe Biden. 74 million people did not come out against Donald Trump. Antifa members, they don't vote. They just riot and loot. That's what they do. While people are voting, they're sleeping and getting ready for the following night. Suddenly they want unity and peace. Suddenly there's no more riots. Man, it looks so much like an orchestrated, like something that's just so orchestrated. The riots suddenly stopped because Joe Biden is here. Now we're going to live in Ethiopia, in the most beautiful country in the world. Everything's going to be picture perfect. Everybody's going to live the best life. Well, guess what? Reality check. He's already trying to mandate masks. And that's just the beginning. Prepare yourself. The progressives are coming in. The socialists are coming in. They want positions in the highest spots. Bernie Sanders said it today in the news, in an interview on the news. So they're going to get what they deserve. And then they're going to cry later. But you know what? We're going to be able to look at them and tell them, we fucking told you so. You literally sank our entire country. Only time shall tell, my friends. Only time shall tell. I'm still hopeful. I sit here hopeful that there's still a pathway for Donald Trump to win this election, and I still think there is. There's a good margin of error. There's a good chance Donald Trump can still win this election. So I would not lose hope. I would not lose faith. But I will always tell you guys to prepare for the worst, just in case. That's all I have to say for today, guys and gals. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't let this torment you. Don't let this give you a migraine like I have had for like the last 3 days. Don't worry. Things are under control. I think Trump still has something up his sleeve. And if not, we have to accept the results for what it is, and that's it. And we know we got cheated. But that being said, it doesn't mean we have to be united with them. We must continue to believe in our values, in our country, and in this movement that Trump created of America First, because for so many years, people have forgotten the silent majority and forgotten the Americans that have built this country on their backbone. And you know what's going to happen under Biden administration? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing. We just got to make sure we keep that Senate If not, whew, good luck to us. Good night, my friends. Have a wonderful day.
We will make America great again.